But back then I had this job, so we were lucky. And then in 3 months, I would come to the office, open my laptop, and they send me a message. One of big four companies that I worked for in Australia. And they send me a message. Thank you. Your contract will not be extended from next Monday. Appreciate your work, something like that. And I remember I was staring at the screen. My husband still didn't have a job. And I'm like, this is not gonna, why? I know I performed well. I know I delivered everything. I know I worked, longer probably and more efficient than everyone. And I called my husband and I cried. Like I said, I don't know what we're gonna do that now. I don't know. We have no money, nothing. And he's like, don't worry, come home. We're gonna figure it out. And I said, I will make it work somehow. I will make it work. And I remember I came back to my desk. I shut the laptop and I literally walked straight into the office of the most loan-serving partner. I knocked on the door and there was a secretary and she's like, oh, sorry, lady, you didn't book a meeting. I said, don't care. I opened the door. I walked in and he was like, I think almost about to retire. He actually retired 6 months after that. And I said, you got to explain what happened here. I know I've delivered. I know I've ran the project really well. I know, I'm doing a really good job. I need this job. I want explanation at least why you're not extending my contract. I know you need people because you're extending others. Why not me? And he was like shocked with my intensity, with my audacity. I couldn't care less. I think my adrenaline was so high up that I couldn't even understand what I was doing. And
but I feel that's the real fearless and the limitless.
Absolutely. That was limitless for sure. And then he was looking at me. He's like, give me an hour. I came back next morning, opened my laptop. I said, your contract is extended for another 3 months. We caught up for a coffee a few times with that partner. And I said, why did you do that? Like, why? And he was like, Anna, my daughter is your age. And I can't imagine her going through the path you went through. Many people would have been more successful hadn't they given up that early. And that's why they don't reach the peaks they want to reach.